action! If you are brave enough to be able to step onto the screen using Facebook Live, if you are brave enough to be able to step onto the stage and speak in front of an audience, if you are brave enough to be able to step into a sales conversation, holy Moses, if you are brave enough to be able to walk into a new event, walk into a new networking meeting, walk into a first date, propose marriage, if you are brave enough to be able to do something where you are using your speaking skills to inspire action, I am so thrilled that you are here today, because what we're going to be talking about is speaking to inspire action. If you're ready, I want you to say a yes, yes down below. Yahoo! Catherine is here. McKay, hi. Woohoo! Tina, hi. Tina, I'm still sending you a message. Woohoo! All right, we got it. Be Live is in the house. My name is Molly Mahoney. I am a camera confidence ninja. Oh my gosh. Can we just talk for a second? I almost couldn't get this thing to start, and so my brain is going. We're going to take a moment. I don't know what's happening. It's okay. We're going to start it again. Ready? We're going to try again. Oh, we're here? Are we here? Oh my gosh, we're on. Whoa, this is Facebook Live. It is magical. And the one thing that we have to know is that things are going to go wrong. And when things are wrong, what do? We say, I'm going to jump right into some tips right now. You want to know what this tip is? Here's what it is. It's the FFTT method. Let's talk about it right now. We're skipping ahead. We're going crazy. Okay, there is a method when things go wrong. This is what you do. You face it. You feel it. So you take a moment to be like, oh my gosh, technology is attacking me today. You take a moment, right? Whatever it is that's going wrong, you twist it and you think, how can I make this a positive? So for you, if you're using Facebook Live and you are a coach, awesome. If you're a leader, awesome, because you can use it as a teaching moment, right? That's what we're doing right this second, right now. We're not taking any time to wait. So you twist it and then you think it. And this is what I do so often with all of this crazy technology that we use. Facebook Live, social media in general. Can I get a heck yes if Facebook has been a little buggy for you lately? I heard Mari Smith talk about it yesterday. I know a lot of people that I was speaking to, our notifications were like not actually showing on our phones on the app. Facebook has been a little crazy. Facebook Live is like the most magical tool in the world. So when things go a little wonky, we got to say, heck yes, right? We got to say, heck yes, heck yes, heck yes, heck yes. I love it, right? It's been a little wonky, but we're back. And when you can show your audience that you can deal with things when they go a little crazy and that you can step back up and keep going, that it is not how you fall, it's how you get up, it actually allows your audience to be more brave. It allows them to connect with you on an even deeper level, right? And then they say, heck yes. Whoops. Well, I hit the wrong thing. Heck yes, right? They say heck yes, and they're ready to jump in and move into action, which is what we are here to talk about today. Boom, action. All right, so once again, my name is Molly Mahoney. I'm a camera confidence coach and a Facebook Live ninja. And today I'm going to be bringing you this awesome 7-step system that will allow you to speak in a way that inspires your audience into action. Because if you're being brave and you're stepping out of your comfort zone and you're sharing valuable information and you're working your booty off, right, Susan? Right? You're doing all of this, I guarantee there has got to be something underneath all of that work that you want to happen. I'm assuming you're not just doing this for no reason whatsoever. So today we are on our 3rd episode of Camera Confidence Live, and we are going to be sharing so much. Speaking of sharing so much, we've got to share. So all you have to do is click that little button on the bottom of the screen, the share button, share it to your personal page, share it to your groups, share it to your business page, because this is something that will literally help everyone that I can think of. There are moments that all of us have where we want to inspire action, whether we're making a sale, whether we're creating a movement, whether we just want to make a difference in the lives of our kids, whether you maybe want to get your kid out of bed in the morning. Who's been there? I am personally going to share TMI right now, and I am going to use these techniques, I've decided, later this week to try to potty train my youngest. Sound good? All right, so we're going to get super real today. We are going to jump in, and I'm going to show you how to speak to inspire action. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, I'm actually, before we get into the tips, I want to show you one little thing. Linda, you want to come on for 1 second just to show them what's possible? Is that okay? All right, so we are using the Be Live talk show platform, which allows us to do this. Watch what can happen. Are you ready?
Here we are. I didn't fix my hair for the occasion.
This is Linda. She also happens to be the most amazing spreader of joy over at my solo business, The Prepared Performer. And she is a Facebook Live expert in her own right. I'm so stoked to have you here, Linda. And I want everybody to know that we can actually bring 3 people on at a time. So the link to join us here, which we will be doing in about 20 minutes, is in the description of this video. So if you are watching this live, click that link and you'll be able to join us in our little backstage area over here. And if you're watching this in the replay, here's what you got to do. You have to put it in your calendar so that you can join us in 2 weeks on Wednesday for our next show. But if you're here live, share this so we can get more people on, because Linda, I'm going to do some laser coaching. Are you stoked?
What? I'm ready.
What? Okay, Linda's first in line. Get in here with us. All right, Linda.
Come on, Chris, come on board.
Okay. Bye. All right, and as we need any links or anything like that, Linda is also here. She's going to be posting things in the comments below and answering questions so that you guys get all of the info that you need. Before we jump into our very first tip, I have one more thing to say, which is, do not forget, there is an awesome community, an amazing support community called the Be Livers. The Be Livers. I'm going to say the Be Livers. Linda, can you share the link for the Be Livers? So Linda's going to share that link below. And I want to let you know, as long as the magic of Facebook and bots and everything works together today, all you have to do if you are not in that group is comment below with the word awesome. If you noticed, I tested it out about 20 times today. So look, you can see awesome, awesome, awesome. Finally, I got the bot to work. So that we have a little chat bot set up here at BeLive.tv, and it will send you a message that'll in your messenger. It's super crazy cool. And then all you have to do is reply with the word awesome. And then it will send you the link to the Be Livers group. Ta-da! All right. Who is ready for some action? Are you ready for some action? Because I am ready for some action. All right, let's do it. So the very first thing, this tip is one that I think I've only shared within my private course, and I'm so stoked to share this with you today. I am so excited. I need to slow it down a little bit. Are you ready? Okay, so here's the first thing. I have a very long experience as a performer. As a musical theater performer, I had my degree in theater and dance. And so many of these tips are actually things that I've taken from a lot of my studies in theater. As a theater major, I got my BFA in theater. So this very first one is one that I've not heard out in the world of speakers. And it is crazy important, especially with Facebook Live, where you are here having that one-on-one conversation. So the best way to really tap into your audience and to have that one-on-one conversation with them is to pretend that you are speaking literally to one person. So I say this all the time. If you've been around here before, you know that we should always, in this type of a video, we should always be speaking to one ideal client, a real human being. So whether it's Carrie Monsieur, who calls himself the audience whisperer, Carrie is an awesome speaker trainer as well, or Kelly, who is known as the hot mom. She takes you from hot mess to hot mom. Whoever your client is, I want you to pick that one client. Okay, this is the before your tip. Yes, one ideal client for each video. And I want you to create what is called the moment before. So when you're sitting here ready to go live, and there's a lot to handle when you're going live. It's like the lights, the hair, the makeup, the whatever. Maybe you're in your pajamas, who cares? But you've got a lot of things to plan out beforehand. If you're using Be Live, it's awesome because you can plan out this agenda beforehand. Maybe you have some from props. Maybe you want to make sure your water is next to you. All of these things make sure that you're a prepared performer. And then right before you go live, there needs to be this magical thing called the moment before. Okay? The moment before. And here's what it is. It is, you picture that ideal client, you picture that person that you're speaking to, you're looking straight into the camera. And if you're looking this way, it does not look like you're speaking right to them, right? Am I right? You're right. Okay, so look straight into the camera and imagine that they're asking you a question. Imagine that they've said something to you that inspires you to have this conversation. Because what I see so often is that we come onto these videos. There's two things that I see people do all the time. They come onto the videos and they're like, they see that 0 up there, right? And they're like, okay, I'm just going to wait until anybody, sometimes they're like engaging. I'm going to wait until anybody comes on. And it's like, hello. People who are watching in the replay are not going to be inspired into action if you make them wait to get started. Okay, so by having that moment before in place, and actually these steps, until we get to the very end of this little system, these steps are all things that you should be doing way before you go live. So when you plan out your video, decide what your moment before is, and that will help you jump into the very first thing that you say. So let's say for this video, oh yeah, exactly. Wendy says this is a great skill for podcast info. Yes. Who are you speaking to? Who is that one person? And that will change everything. It changes your energy. It changes the attack that you have on your words. It changes the amount of, connection that you have to the person that you're speaking to. It makes it a lot easier. So you don't end up like right now I'm looking at my own face to check in. No, forget it. Look at the person that you're speaking to. This is great for Zoom calls also when you're jumping onto a call. When you walk into a networking event, think of the moment before. What is the thing that inspires you to walk into that event? You will show up ready when you have a moment before. And this is something that I think was developed by Konstantin Stanislavski. So thank you, Stanislavski. Okay, the next thing. Now, this one can be a little tricky also because as business owners, as an entrepreneur, right? As doing this crazy thing, oftentimes we have loads of things that we want to do in our business. And I feel you, I understand you, but we are going to focus. And if you promise to focus with me and take this next tip, comment below with the word focus. Focus, 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 focus. This next thing is for every single video that you do, if you want to inspire action, if you want your audience to get out and do something, you have to select one objective per video. Now, great, awesome coaches like Todd Herman. I did the 90-day year, which is like being promoted all over the place right now, right? The 90-day year is awesome. Todd Herman talks about this. For that 90 days, you pick one objective. When you're an actor and you're in a play, there's one super objective. And then in each scene, there's a little mini objective. So the super objective would be like your general objective for your whole entire bit, like little 90-day sprint, let's say. That's what Todd calls it. And then for each video, I want you to pick one objective. What do you want to do? And you can tie that objective to a call to action. That objective can tie to a call to action. And sometimes this can be hard for me, as I know it probably can be for you, to have only one call to action. I get really excited and I offer you lots of things that you can go and do. But really, beforehand, if you have one singular most important objective, it will help the fire hose. If you're spraying your stuff everywhere like a sprinkler, the action is going to be inspired in different directions. But if you want to create a movement and you want real things to happen, pick one objective and more people are likely to be centered through that fire hose and make real awesome things happen. We got it? Awesome. Objective. Say heck yes. Give me a heck yes if you got it. Okay. Now Deborah, great question, because that's what I was just going to do. Deborah says, examples, please. So it could be that you want to make a sale on your video and that in your business, that's your objective, is that you want people to buy something. It could be that you want them to download something. It could be that you want them to get into the Be Livers group. It could be that you want them to simply go live and implement these tips. So I'm going to give you my objective of this video is for you to try and implement this full step system. And now I'm going to be a little more clear. So my intention is different than what my objective is. So my intention is that I want you to feel empowered. I want you to feel like ready to attack the world. I want you to be like, yes, this is awesome. Yes, Kara says, heck yes, Molly, you're stupendous. Thank you so much, Kara. Okay, so there's a difference between your intention and your objective. And so my intention is always that I want you to just have like an amazing, joyful, energy-filled day. Everyone's objective and intention is going to be different in their business, right? This is about figuring out you and what you want to do in your business. Now, further down the road, I would love it if you would recognize that these tips really work. You recognize the power of Be Live and you're like, heck, I've got to come back to Molly and get more support. So that could be like my super objective is that further down the road, you're going to realize that you've built that like, no trust factor. So important. And so Facebook Live is such a valuable way to do that because if you were here at the beginning of this video, we had all kinds of things go wrong technically. And because of user error, I am sure, because kooky person over here. But we have the ability to be able to work through those things. People build that like, no trust factor with you because they're like, yes, she's real. He's real. I can trust him. If things go wrong, I know he's not going to flip out and be a crazy person, right? Or be my kind of crazy person. Hey, Jean. All right. So your objective, I want you to think of your objective as like the business thing that you want. So it's to get them to download something. It's to get them to purchase something. Now you want to be careful and don't sell, right? Only make a sale like every maybe 20% or a really high value call to action like that every 20%. Because if you build these little micro commitments, if your objective is to get them to download something or to get them to comment below with a specific word so that they can be responded to with your messenger, mini chat, or whatever chatbot automation you're using now. If your objective is to get them into your private Facebook group. Usually it's those little micro commitments. Kristen Nolan's in the house. Kooky Pants, I love you too. Hey, Kristen Nolan is a wizard. I just want you to know she'll like teach you how to move your pinky and change your entire body. She's an awesome fitness health coach, magical Wonder Woman. And she also has a really awesome speaker group where you can like learn about speaking, which is so good for today. I love you, Kristen. Okay, so the things we've talked about so far is before you come on camera, create a strong moment before. Know exactly what happened right before you hit that go live button that inspires you to speak so that you're not starting like, and then turning on. You get that inspiration and then you speak because you were given that inspiration that moment before. Also, objective, pick a clear objective. Know what you want to happen business-wise as a result of this video. I hope that is helpful to Deborah who asked the question. Okay, intention. This is a little different than your objective. And this is more like, I want you, what you want your audience to feel. It's like the heart-centered place of this. Because if you come in and all you're thinking is, I want you to buy something, I want you to buy something, I want you to buy something, I want you to buy something. First of all, if people don't buy, then you're going to be like, ugh, it didn't work. Right? This actually is something that Amy Porterfield talks about a lot. I took webinars that convert, and she said something like, yes, obviously at the end of her webinar, she wants people to join her program, but she goes into it with the intention that if she has taught something valuable, it has been a success. So if you feel that you've taught something valuable or you shared something valuable, would that be a success for you? If you feel that someone's day has been brightened, would that be a success for you? That's where that intention piece comes. And that's going to help you be better at achieving your objective of inspiring them into one specific action. Okay, I like it, I like it, I like it. Jeff Adams in the house. He says, booyah. Linda says, yes. And all of us in business, we don't always meet our objectives. Sometimes the action that we want our audience to take, they don't take it. But by having that intention underneath it, at least you don't feel like a total failure. Because I've been there too. Okay, now this is going to get a little tricky. So hold on to your hats and glasses. Okay, so with Be Live, this is like a really cool thing you can do with Be Live. With Be Live, you're able to set up these different things within your agenda. So, hey, I wonder, you know what? I'm going to add a photo and let you see what this looks like. because I'm actually going to show you what the agenda looks like right now. Watch how cool Be Live is. So this is an old photo from 2 weeks ago on our last Camera Confidence Live. We are here every other Wednesday right here. If you want to share this, I would not mind. I know these are awesome, valuable tips. So share. Okay, so with this agenda, do you see this little, I don't have a pointer, but do you see that drop-down menu? You can actually pre-schedule your bullet points ahead of time, which is amazing. And it helps you to be more focused. It helps so that you can do things like this and say intention, because that's where we were last. And then we can move into our next point. And what I want you to do is something kind of crazy. So I'm going to go a little slow and I'm going to explain this to you. So within each of those little points that you set up in your video, like the main chunks of things that you're delivering in your content, they're called, I'm going to call them units of action. All right. You're going to look at your full content that you're going to deliver. You're going to divide it up into units of action. Okay. Units of action. And then you're going to label each of those units of action with a specific tactic. So this is so cool. And this I took straight from Stanislavski, like actor, method acting craziness. And I have used it with so many business owners to help them to be more effective on camera. And this is the kind of thing that we're going to do. If you want to do some laser coaching today, I'm going to have you join us by clicking the link on how to join us, the show link up above, and watch what can happen. So when you have an objective that you want to achieve, you have action that you want people to jump into, you want them to do something, right? Think about if you have kids or if you were a kid ever, think about what it was like when you wanted to, so comment below and tell me what was something that you tried to convince your parents to let you do. So did you try and get them to take you to Disneyland? Did you try and get them to get like 3 bowls of ice cream, which is what my son does? Did you try and get to stay in your parents' bed? Frankie and Charlie always want to sleep in our bed. What are the things that you wanted to do? When you were in high school, did you, comment below, let me know. Did you want to stay out late at night? Okay, so think about what those things are. I remember one time I wanted to go camping in Joshua Tree and okay, perfect. Jeff Adams, I love you. Okay, we're going to go with Jeff's example. Get a pet monkey. So if Jeff wants a pet monkey, he's going to come to his mom and he's going to say, Mom, I want a pet monkey. And she's probably going to be like, good luck with that, right? So what do we do as humans when we want to achieve an objective? We use different tactics to get what we want. So notice this within yourself. Think about this thing, whether it's to stay out late, whether it's camping was never something I wanted. Wendy said, man, we had so much fun on that Joshua Tree trip. It was awesome. Stay out all night on prom night. Totally good. Have more horses, Catherine says. Yes. See, I love it. Oh my gosh. Vanessa wants to get a hamster. Charlie, my 3-year-old, wants to get a hedgehog. I love it. Ooh, let me get a tattoo, right? So good. So all of these things, I want you to think about these things that you wanted to do, or that maybe you even want to do now, and think about how did you go about this? What are the different ways that you tried to get what you want? So there's so many different things. There's like to bribe, right? To flatter, to get a motorcycle. Glow wanted to get a motorcycle. So good, Glow. I love it. Okay, all of these things that you want to do. So maybe if you're going to get a motorcycle, you're going to prove how safe you are. So now I want you to pick one of those tactics. Okay, so Carol says she begged, right? So if you pick one of those tactics and notice what happens to your delivery. So your voice, your face, your body. I have these things within my program I call the 5 Ps of a prepared performer. I'm going to go through them really quickly. It's like, I'll just give you a couple of them. It's like your pitch, your pace, the percussiveness of your language, and without having to really plan out the way that you deliver things, if you think about using different tactics, it will change. So for me, when I'm talking about inspiring, if I say like, I want you to share, there's all different sorts of ways that I can speak about sharing in order to inspire you into action. So I can talk about sharing like to energize, right? So I can say like, oh my gosh, we're all gonna like, hey, let's share. My voice is gonna go up. I'm gonna get louder. I'm gonna move a little faster if my tactic is to energize. However, if my tactic is to connect, my voice is gonna be lower. I'm going to speak more slowly. I'm probably going to speak quieter. I'm going to look more intently into the camera. And I'm going to say, it would mean so much to me if you would share this video. Right? And you can play with different tactics to see what can happen. Or I can say, seriously, if you don't share this video, I'm not coming back next week. I can like threaten you or whatever. Right? Like we're going to turn Be Live off if you don't share this video. There are so many different tactics that you can use depending on your brand, your business, your ideal client, depending on who you're speaking to. So if you're speaking to, I was talking to someone, wait, I want to see what Linda said. She said, I begged my mom. She told me to go to dad. Dad told me to go to mom. Basically, I wore them down, right? So that's different than if you're speaking to a babysitter or if you're speaking to grandma, right? Probably with grandma, you can get away with things more easily. If it's a warm audience versus a cold audience, the way that you deliver this, your vocal tactics, the way that you get what you want can change everything. And here's something that used to drive me crazy. Jeff says, dropping knowledge. Love this show. Thank you, Jeff. I'm so glad that you're here. So here's something that it is super used to drive me crazy in college. Jeff, I don't know if you felt this way, if you worked on this in college at all, but this used to drive me crazy. And now it's one of my favorite things about this. So yeah, Linda says these tips can be used for everyday life. Totally. And because I'm so strategically teaching this tip, especially when I was teaching performers in my program, Camera Confidence, we actually talk about this also, but there's so many other ninja tricks and things like that, which if you guys want access to ninja tricks, I do have a live video masterclass coming up. So just comment below with the word masterclass and Linda and I will get you the information about that. But we don't always get to really dig into this performance stuff. So I love that this show exists here on Be Live so that I can really like get totally nerded out about the way that you bring yourself to the camera and the way that you connect with your audience. So here's what used to drive me crazy, but I want you to do it. And now I see the value. So before you actually go live, I want you to plan out some bullet points, use Be Live and put it into your agenda. If for some reason you don't have the agenda feature, just send us a message at Be Live via, I think, Jeff, do you know the best way to send the message to Be Live? Send a message to Be Live and I'm sure they will help you add the agenda feature. I think it's something that's rolled out slowly, so let them know that you want it. So here's what you're going to do. You're going to plan out your agenda, and then I want you to actually label the tactics. And the best way to label these tactics is like this. You think about the person that you're speaking to. Can I spell? I'm the worst speller in the world, but hopefully that's right. Which is a funny word to misspell. So if your tactic is to educate, it's something that you're doing to the other person. You always want it to be to and then this verb, right? So you're getting them to do something. You're doing something to them that's going to inspire them into that action. Okay, so maybe you guys just don't know where the agenda is. It's literally, I'll show you. It's right. This thing isn't always popped up. Sometimes, like if you click on the button, agenda is right underneath that blue button that you can see that says start broadcast. You have to click that first and then you can add the agenda. Okay, so you plan out your tactics ahead of time. And then this is the thing that's going to make you go, what? Once you actually go live, let it all go. But you need to know that you have choices there in case you're not inspired on the fly. So when I start to get too excited, because that's like my default tactic, I have to go. And maybe my objective is to be vulnerable, like to let you, that's not really an objective or not objective. I'm sorry. My tactic is to release or to show you, like to show you that I'm vulnerable, to open up and say, hey, like to confess. That's a better tactic on the fly. To confess, I get too excited and then I don't make sense, right? So I want you to know that whatever comes up for you, if you start to get overwhelmed, the more that you can be honest with your audience, like if you're losing your train of thought, just to go like, I'm losing my train of thought. So admit is a great tactic to use in the middle of your presentation, right? Be real, be real, be real. And obviously those are things that you want to weave into your brand so that it is okay, especially when things are live and there's no do-overs. Okay, man, that was a big one, but this is something I never talk about out in public. So I wanted to make sure you guys got the like juicy, juicy goodness of that. So we've talked about a moment before. Making sure before you come live, before you come on, before you hit that go live button, you know what someone has asked you that has inspired you to speak, right? You're connecting with that ideal client. Set a specific objective for your entire show. The whole thing, what is the main thing you want people to do? Business-wise, what do you want them to do? I want you to put these 7 steps into action and then realize like, wow, heck, Molly knows what she's talking about. Or, wow, heck, Molly's crazy. I want to go talk to somebody else. Or, wow, heck, Molly knows what she's talking about and I need more help, right? So I want you to try using these tips. It will help to divide up your audience. You don't want everyone to come to you. That would be too much. You want the people who really enjoy you, your value, your goodness to come back. Okay. The next one is intention. And this is a more heart-centered approach. Like, what is your intention? My intention is for you to be like, whoa, actually, my intention is for your mind to be blown. For you to go, wow, there's so much possibility and I can do this. I want you to feel energized and empowered. That's my intention. Okay, tactics. You're going to take your agenda, the items that you've set up, and divide them up into small units of action and use different tactics to get what you want. Okay? Yes. Kara, thank you so much. She says Molly is serving golden honesty action nuggets. That's a good one. I like it. Okay. Awesome. Hooray. Yes, Chris. OMG. Chris is a camera confidence rock star. I'm so stoked that you're there. All right. Number 4, tactics. Okay. And this is actually, I put in a little bonus thing in here. I would love it if one of your tactics was, hold on. Are you in a place where you feel like you can see how this could change things in your business? That this could change things in your live videos? No matter what you're doing, if you are, can you give me a heck yes down below? If you're in a place that even if you're a little overwhelmed, but you're like, okay, I can totally see how this is different than what I've been doing. Or maybe this is like along the lines of what I've been doing, because maybe you've heard me talk about this before, but you're not fully invested in it and you're not like actually putting the work in beforehand. Do you think this is something that you can do? Right? If you do, say heck yes. I like it. I like it. I like it. Okay. I asked you that question. Stephanie, hi. I asked you that question. Hi, Catherine. In order to show you this next tip and how well that it works. So this next tip is make one of your questions to ask. Even if no one is there live. Even if you have that big old goose egg 0, I have that goose egg 0 sometimes, but when you make the tactic to ask and you literally like actually ask with real intent to know if this is working, and you take a pause and wait for a response even though no one else is there, here's what's going to happen. The people who are watching in the replay, if you are watching in the replay, I would love you to write the word replay, especially because we've been going for a long time and that would make it really cool if I know you're still watching. So type replay if you're watching this in the replay. Don't do it if you're watching live, but if you're watching in the replay, type replay and then I'm going to say thank you because I'm aware that people watch these videos later and I want them to feel as if we're still having that one-on-one conversation because that's the genuine juice of Facebook Live. That is like what makes it so cool. Okay. Wendy says, look, when I have a 0 on live, it helps me relax. Amen, Wendy. That's actually one of the things I teach about in my live video masterclass. I love it. Okay. Yes, Kelly says she's doing this right now as we speak, moving into action for her video that she's doing tonight. So good. So Jean asks if, to ask them if what you're doing is getting to them. Sure. That's one question, but literally it can be anything. So, I just made that question up on the fly, but it could literally be anything. Like, Jean is an amazing health wellness advocate. She talks about all kinds of things. One of the things that she does is yoga and essential oils. So Jean, you can ask, like, have you ever experienced a tightness in your hips, which then makes you not want to stretch because it's so tight? Have you been there? If you have, give me an, oh yeah. right? So all these questions, if you keep asking these little questions, it helps your audience to engage with you. And then they're more likely to continue making action, moving into action. Okay. All right. We're going to go on to the next one. Oh my gosh. Okay. I'm going to go quick. So this next one is before you actually go live, after you've done all this stuff, you've got to warm up. You are using your voice, your body, your face, all of this stuff to communicate. This is the tool that you're bringing to the camera. You have to warm up. And so I have this system called the BFAB warm up. I'm going to go through it really quick. Last week, we went a little slower through it all. Or 2 weeks ago when we were here. And if you want, I have a free audio download of this warm up. And if you want that, comment below with the word warm up. And Linda, if you could just share the link for the warm up, it's super cool. It's going to take you straight to my messenger and it'll send you the warm up. There's no email opt-in. It just goes it sends it right to your messenger. It's really cool. So yahoo, Linda, you're amazing. And if you don't get that link, comment below with the word warm up and we'll make sure that you get it. Okay. It's an audio file. It's 7 minutes. You can do it every day. Here's what it stands for. Your breath. A really good low breath. We go over it on the warm up. Your face. So warming up your face is important because if you come on the camera and you're just talking like this the whole time, people are going to think that you're stressed out, right? Maybe you don't have such a crazy face as I do, but you want to be more like you and to be able to use your tools that you were given, which is partly a face, to communicate effectively. The next one is your articulators. So we talked last week about tongue twisters and these other weird exercises that I have for you. Articulators, because you're using your articulators to communicate. And then articulators. And then what we didn't talk about yet is the last ones are your body. Wait, yeah, it's only one more. Your body and voice. So I wanted it to be BFAB, but like be live, but it's body and voice. And so even if you're doing a video as a talking head like this, your body is still attached to the rest of your face. So the tension that you hold in your body, man, I am doing so much work at the computer these days, way different than when I was teaching dance and doing all this stuff on the stage. Yes. Oh my gosh. Elizabeth, we didn't even talk about that one. Dude, Elizabeth, in the Be Livers group, we had a whole thread about articulators and about tongue twisters. The lips, the teeth, the tip of the tongue, the lips, the teeth. That's a great one. We needed you last week, Elizabeth. Okay, so Elizabeth, as a choral director, the other thing that you're going to get on that, which we're going to go through really quickly, because I want to show you, as a speaker, this is important. I'm moving things around. This is important. Put your hand on your chest. Your sound vibrates in different places in your body. Jeff, if you are here, I hope you do this with us because we've worked on this together before. So put your hand here, okay? Elizabeth, I can't use my left hand. You're going to love this. Okay, so put your hand here and I want you to go like this. Huh. Huh. Linda, are you doing it while you're typing also? Huh. She's like, yeah. Huh. Okay. And then you should feel vibration in your chest. Do you feel vibration in your chest? Say yes. Huh. Huh. You feel that? Okay. And then watch this. If you go like this, woo! Woo! And you don't have to do your eyes crazy like that, but woo! Woo! You can move the sound through your body. Your sound vibrates in different places in your body. And when you have different tactics, you may not want to sing like me, but if your tactic is to excite your audience, you should be using more of the upper register, or maybe you should be using more of your nasal, like, right? There's different places in your body that you want to use sound. And so if you simply warm up and let your body make the choices because you've set your tactics, a world of difference will happen in your communication skills. And what I say is this is all made up so that your kids think you're nuts. Just kidding, Kelly. Kelly says, my kids are looking at me like I'm nuts. I like it. Vicky, I adore you too. Thank you for being here. Okay. Breathing. Yes, actually, Wendy, if you just go back to the video from 2 weeks ago, there's a whole huge thing on breathing because it's so important. And there's lots of exercises that you can do ahead of time so that you will breathe more naturally. Okay, so What this does is it allows you to have what I call a vocal coloring box. And as you're speaking and you've chosen different tactics to help inspire your audience into action, as you've chosen these different tactics, you'll be able to use them more effectively, because when you start to educate, you'll slow down. If you are, okay, I did this on a client call the other day. So sometimes you need to use these tactics with your clients also. So if I had this up, right? Oh my gosh, I had all these other photos saved up here. You know what? I'm going to pull up a new one. Okay, I'm going to put this down. This is what it feels like when your audience actually takes action. So this is my really good friend, Amy, and she has an amazing company called Map Your Progress. And she said that one day her client took such awesome action that she literally threw her arms up into the air and started flapping around like a crazy person. So this is what you want to feel like. This is what you want your audience to feel like. It's like, yes, we're taking action, right? That awesome energy. You want to feel like that after your videos because they've done something. But if you have found that people are not taking action, you may need to do this, which is, I love using Be Live and being able, like, if I'm screen sharing, so watch that again, if I'm screen sharing, and my tactic is to kick some booty, then I'm going to go like this. All right, listen, we are getting serious now, and I am not letting you off the hook, because I might act like I'm all fun and games and I have all this high energy and I'm like laughing and giggling. But when it comes to actually implementation and you haven't done it, I'm going to kick your booty. Or when it comes to a place where you're scared, I'm going to let you know that I believe in you and I'm going to hold the bar higher for you. Right? Do you see how that's different? And when you have established that you're like fun and playful, and then you change the tactic and you come in and you kick some booty, things happen. So if you were to keep the tactic, the coloring, like if you were to use hot pink all the time, people would tune it out. In addition, if you were to get like Gary Vaynerchuk on people all the time, people might, I love Gary Vaynerchuk, but if you were to be like, boom, boom, all the time, they'd be like, whoa. So you want to vary it, right? So good. I like it. I like it. I like it. Okay. So I'm going to get back to our little agenda. Oh my gosh. We're at the last step. I would still love you to share. Oh my goodness, Sarah Campbell just jumped in. I'm so glad that you're here. Okay, we've got Linda and Sarah are both going to do some laser coaching. I'm going to go back through this from the top really quick right now, right after I give you the last tip. So do this. Share this video. So now I'm telling you a secret. My tactic is to tell a secret. Share. Let's not keep it a secret. My other secret is that I keep my microphone far away from me because I scream because I get excited. Okay, here's the last one. Oh my gosh, I lied. I have two more. The next one is get excited. So I don't care what type of person you are. I got this tip like from someone else, even though this is what I always do. I have this really good friend named Jerry, and he is an awesome salesman. He like sells all kinds of things. And he's like, that's what he does for a living. And I was like, Jerry, how have I never asked you for advice about sales? And he's the most mellow human being in the entire world. Like, I don't know any of my friends that are more mellow. And we were standing in my dad's kitchen and he was like, get excited. What? And he's like, seriously. And I said, Jerry, like, do you think I have an issue with that? And he was like, no, well, no, Mal, but you know, like get excited. You've got to get excited. Otherwise nothing's going to happen. So however you get excited before you come on a video, get excited. Do whatever you have to do. Sometimes I have to listen to like opera music to calm myself down. Okay. Because I'm too excited. But for you, get excited about what you're talking about. And the final last step in this, how do I pronounce your name? Shahid, maybe? He says, run in the camera. I can't speak fluently. How can I improve myself? Shahid, the video that we did 2 weeks ago totally talks about just that. So go watch it. It's in the playlists of Camera Confidence on Be Live's screen. Actually, I'll get you the link later. Okay, the last step. Are you ready? This is a big one. This is a really big one. So I want you to sit. Like, I can't even do it. I want you to sit up really tall if you're sitting. If you're standing, I want you to stand up. Put your hand like right in, I don't know, your heart chakra. Is that what they call that in like the spiritual world? I don't know. Put your hand right here. And I want you to breathe in really low through your belly. So we're going to breathe everything out. Breathe in and breathe out. Sorry. Breathe in. And as you breathe in through your belly, I want you to open your heart. So often when we are doing things in business, when we are hustling, when we are working our tails off, when we really have something that's high stakes that we want to have happen, when you want to bring in more sales, when you want to serve more people, when you're dealing with a crazy world, we live in a crazy world right now. Can we all admit that? Heck yes, heck yes, heck yes. Taking a moment and literally like opening your heart before you go live and setting that intention to know that you're making a difference in someone's life, even if it's just one person, and connecting. Open your heart and connect. I am telling you, the action that you will inspire will drastically improve. You got me? Can you type open heart down below if you got me? Because it's huge. And I talk so much about working your butt off, and I talk so much about techniques and tactics and ninja things and like do these tactics, do all this work. But if you are not opening your heart and actually connecting with human beings while we're using all of this, it's hard for me to understand why you're here, right? Or you're just going to end up turning into a robot. You won't need your chatbot anymore because you will be the robot. Okay? Yes. Yes. Kelly says I have Get Excited mastered. I think I do, right? Okay, the purple hearts, I love them. All right, I am going to go lightning speed through this, and I'm going to bring Linda and Sarah both on. You guys both want to come on at the same time? Yeah, does that sound good? Okay. All right, let's, I'm going to rattle through this, and then I'm going to bring you on. So Linda and Sarah, this is your homework for you to do right now while you're getting ready to come on. If anyone else wants to come on, we still have room for a couple more people. I want you to give me like, we're gonna do this quickly, right? Because we're like laser coaching. I want you to think of something that you can teach in 3 steps. Okay. And I want you to give me the titles of the 3 steps that you're going to teach. So I want you to start with your moment before and say, actually, as we go through this, I'm going to do this. So start with your moment before, think of who you're speaking to and the question that they ask you. So you can start with like, yo, I hear you. You're wondering if blah, 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 blah. So they just said the question. Know your objective. What do you want to achieve from this video? So like, what's your call to action? Know your intention. So what energy, what thing do you want to happen emotionally that would make you feel like that was a success, even if you don't achieve your objective? And give me the tactics that go with those 3 points. So write them down. So like, this is to educate, this is to do this is to do this, right? So your bullet points are going to be really short so that we can laser coach, but I want to see the tactics change as you're switching those units of action. They're called beat changes in the world of performers. This works really good for singers too, if you haven't done this with your singers. Yes, Jean says I need to watch this every time before I go live to get my confidence. I'm here for you, Jean. Okay, so you're going to set your tactics. You can throw in a question in the middle of that for this exercise if you want. Okay, right now, go for it, you guys. Warm up before I pick your names. Warm up. Okay, get excited. I know you're excited because you're right there. And then the last one is open your heart and be ready to connect. Be ready to connect with your audience. Okay, let's bring you on. All right, we can still share this video. I'm so excited. Okay, there is Linda and there is Sarah.
Hello.
Oh my gosh, and I'm on solo. Ta-da! There we are. Okay, I'm gonna make us like, okay, perfect. Yeah, you're on. Ooh. And you're on in your like full capacity. We see your whole screen.
Okay, cool.
Yes.
Very cool. Oh, wait,
it's super cool. I love it. Okay, so we're going to jump right in. I would love you to tell me, Linda, let's go with you first because you were here first. So you're going to tell me your name. This is lightning speed Molly that you're getting right now. This is Micro Machines Molly. So if you need to slow this down, there is an app that you can download to slow down your videos. Do that. But for everybody else who travels at my speed, we're going fast. Okay, so
I'm ready to travel at light speed, but I don't really hear what you want me to do. So
when you can speak slowly.
No, I can speak fast.
I know, but I mean, I want you to actually use your tactics as you actually would. But tell us. All right, so this is what I want you to do. I want you to know your moment before. Answer say, I'm going to give you the problem, tell them how you're going to solve it, then give us your name and like some sort of little thing that you do in business. And then today I'm going to tell you this, and then I'm going to tell you this, and then I'm going to tell you this. So it's like, we're not going into a description of how you're solving the problem. You're just going to give me the bullet point and change your tactics through the bullet points.
Okay, here's for winging it. Okay.
This is cray cray land. Welcome to my world. I'm kicking the booty in front of.
I'm in your world. I'm in your world. Okay. I know what it's like.
That basically lives with me, everyone. So. Okay,
yeah,
Amy,
just in different
you ready to come up after Sarah too? Amy, I see you in the Amy is waiting in the waiting room, which is super cool. So
it'd be cool if we could see the waiting room. But okay, so my name is Linda West, and I'm actually rebranding right now, so I can't tell you the name of my company.
Okay, fine.
That's exciting.
I know.
Yes, I know. I'm launching on June 19th. Whoop, whoop. I'm so excited. I can't wait.
It's all good. Okay. That's my wedding anniversary too. It's a good day.
Oh, okay. Well, you probably won't be with us then, huh? Okay, so here's one thing I've discovered. I'm 54 years old, and you are never too young to start. And this is my message that I'm really going to get out there, because there have been so many years that I could say I wasted my time, but I choose not to. I say I've learned. There's so much that I've learned throughout the years. So today I'm going to share with you 3 different techniques that you can use that are going to help you put yourself out there even at an older age. You might think you're too old, but you're not. Trust me. I don't know if that was good enough. That's what I got.
Yeah, okay, you know what? This is what I'm going to change the plan, because otherwise it's going to get too long. That was perfect. Sarah, so just do that part of it. Start with the moment before. Tap into the problem. Don't even, you can introduce yourself before you actually do the exercise. Tap into the problem and then say, today I'm going to do this. And within just that chunk, I want different tactics.
Okay, that makes sense.
Does that make sense? Otherwise, I was going into like an hour-long coaching session. So I am an overachiever. So Linda, really? Do that again. And I want you to really be clear about the moment before. So you're speaking to an ideal client who thinks that she's too old to start doing this.
Oh, okay.
So that's your moment before. You're hearing, like, pick that person. Do you have the person in your mind?
Okay, it'll be me.
No, that doesn't work. That's everybody always tries to do that. You're not allowed to pick you, because
it's so much easier.
I want you to see a real person. So
okay, I actually have somebody. Okay, I have somebody in mind.
So see, and this is so good for everybody. So everybody who does this, you guys think about, put yourself in the same place that Linda's in right now. So you're going to pick that real person, and I want you to see them, and I want you to hear them say, Linda, I am too old. I'm not doing this. I don't know how the heck you do this video thing. I'm not doing it. I'm too old. And then when I clap, you're going to start. Okay? And here's another thing. I'm going to clap again. Every time I clap, you're going to change your tactic.
Oh. Okay.
I'm kicking booty today. Okay, are you ready?
Improv.
Jeff, we are finally improvising. Man, the first time I was on Be Live, interviewed by Jeff, we did an improv that was horrible. But that happens sometimes. And it was not Jeff's fault. It was my fault. I was like, it was really weird. Okay, so this is
as long as you don't say the second time I was on with Linda, it was horrible. It's okay.
No, it's already good. It's already good. Jeff and I needed someone to like guide us. We were rogue. It was crazy. Okay, Jeff and I both have too much energy to be on camera together, I think. Okay. All right. So, okay. Wendy just asked an awesome question before you start. She said, pick a real person or the persona of your ideal client. Wendy?
Real person.
A real person. So the persona can come later when you're like working on not real person, an actual
number 2,
an actual human being. Okay. So Linda has her real person.
I'm ready. I'm ready.
Okay. So I'm going to clap. You're going to start. Right now you're listening to them say, Linda, I am too old. I'm going to clap. You're going to start. Every time I clap, you're going to change tactics. You're tapping into the problem and you're telling them how you're going to solve it. That's all you're doing. You got it? Okay, ready?
Are not too old to do this. It doesn't matter how old you are. It's everything that you learned along the way that is going to help you grow later. I have no idea what I'm saying right now.
Oh my gosh, you're perfect. That's so good. Shoot, I was going to clap, so she just did. I love that intro. I was like, does she know we're starting? Okay. Oh. Okay, so she just went, you are not too old to start this. Okay, and then you can change your tactic right there to empower. So that was like to call out and then to empower. Everything you have learned so far is what has gotten you to the place that you are in exactly the right moment to do this right now. And that's to empower, right? And then to reassure. I have been there. I felt the same exact way. Or that could even be to confess. Do you see how that changes things?
Oh, yeah.
Like tactic.
It's true.
What?
It's true. It's true,
right? And then you can say like, and then to energize, like, and today I'm going to give you 3 ways to help you to really realize that you are not too old and to know exactly how to get started. Does that make sense? Are we there? Oh no. Are we frozen?
I'm in.
All right. Okay, awesome. Amazing. Linda, you guys, let's all give feel, felt, found. Yes, that it is similar to feel, felt, found. Totally. You can use that there. But heck, Elizabeth, with the feel, felt, found method, you're going to use a different tactic with each of those things. I feel you. I have felt the same way. I feel you is to connect. I have felt the same way as to admit. I have found is to educate. So you change your tactics with that. Yes? Okay. I like it. Okay, Sarah, are you ready?
I think so. Yes, I'm ready.
Okay, but before, do you want to just do it or do you want me to talk you through it a little bit first?
Talk me through just a tiny bit.
Okay, so tell me what problem you're going to solve.
I'm gonna solve the fact that all these piano teachers are out there eating at like 9:30 at night and they're exhausted after a long day. And like, I didn't eat until 10 o'clock last night. That is real.
Oh my gosh, that's such a true problem for all performers, right? And all entrepreneurs too. Heck, so often. I mean, thank goodness we have kids that have to eat at 6 or something. Or actually, the real thank goodness is I have a husband who makes food because I probably would forget and not feed them till 10. So I have a husband who cooks. Okay, so and what is the solution that you're providing for them?
Meal planning so that they can get stuff ready before they leave the house and, so that they can eat when they get home at a reasonable time.
I like it. Ooh, and Patty, good one. I'm excited about that. Patty just gave a good idea too. Okay. Whoa, Linda, you're a rock star, we heard. Wendy said, I love it. Look, hooray. I love it. Oh my gosh. Vicky, you're beautiful too. Okay. Sarah, do you know your ideal client?
Yeah, actually it's my sister because she's a piano teacher too.
I love it.
I know her really well.
We are calling out your sister right now. Kelly says, I can't wait to put it to work today. So Kelly does some meal planning stuff too. She works with moms. I was just thinking about you, Kelly. So good. Okay. This is really juicy and really good. And Chris, I'm going to put you next in line. So just Chris, know that you're coming up next and I'm going to pretend to be you. Okay. Sarah, as you start going, I'm going to make you take over the screen, which is what I did with Linda also.
Okay.
So, so you're going to hear your moment before. What's your sister saying to you? What's she asking you?
Am I ever going to eat tonight?
Okay.
How am I going to get dinner on the table? Yeah.
Okay. How am I going to get, and like, is she feeling tired? Like, what is the problem? Is that the problem she's really experiencing or is she feeling tired and
she's exhausted and like mentally zapped when she gets out of the studio so that when she goes home, it's like, oh, I can't even think.
Okay. So she calls you and she's like, Sarah, how do you do it? I am exhausted. There is no way I can actually fit food into my life. Okay, so that's what you hear. And then I'm going to clap and you're going to start. And every time I clap, you're going to change tactics.
Okay.
Okay, ready?
Yeah.
She's talking to you right now.
I totally get it. Yeah. It's like 9 o'clock at night. You haven't eaten yet. And you are so tempted to dial out for pizza. But you're not going to do that. Here's what you're going to do instead. I have this awesome idea. And I've been there. I understand what you're going through. Believe me, I understand. You are going to put down that phone and you are going to make some dinner. But guess what? You're not going to do it now. You're going to do it in the morning. What?
Okay, I'm like with a little crazy. You guys couldn't see me, but I'm over here like, ready to cry. Okay, so do you guys see how that like can totally change the way that she's communicating on camera? I love it. Sarah, how was that?
That was really fun.
Super cool. And then with each of the tips, you can set like a general tactic and then even break it up within there.
Right. And I think that would really engage them. They're going to watch you way more.
Yeah, because it makes you instantly vary the speed, vary the pitches, all of that. Like you're already really engaging on camera. I love watching your videos. And P.S., where are you? I always wonder, is this like
I'm in Pennsylvania. This is my studio. Whee!
But is this at a school? Is this your personal studio? This
is my personal studio. My husband owns the upstairs. I've got the downstairs of this office. So this is where my home is. Yay.
I love it. It looks, doesn't it? I love it. Sometimes when people have sets that are really far back in a real place, it like looks so crazy, but I always think your videos look amazing. So
hey, thank you.
You're welcome. And it's just your house. See? Who knew?
Actually, it's a business. It's like, it's not a, yeah.
Sorry, not her house. It's like her actual business, like her office, her location, her actual, yeah. I'm sorry. I meant like the real place that you're in. It's like her real professional place of work. So you don't need to create something crazy. You can just set your set up in your professional place of work. I used to actually do my videos sitting on top of my desk because I didn't have anywhere to go. And I had like my whole set behind me above my desk. Crazy. Okay. Super awesome. So what's like your biggest takeaway from that?
Changing beats faster. I think, because I think I've focused too hard on like, oh, I have to explain every single thing that I'm going to do like on that. But I like the idea of changing beats really quickly. And this is going to help me because I'm doing those like super fast, like 5-minute videos, and they are so hard.
Yeah, super cool. And you could even go through all the things up close and then choose one to stay in it for a little bit longer, right? Like so you can vary the speed in which you change the beats also.
Awesome. I'm totally teaching this on Friday. This will be my little Friday 5 Live. Woo!
Yay! I love it. Awesome. Okay. Jean says, Molly, can you come over when I go live and clap? Yes, I probably could. I love it. Okay. Changing beats faster is awesome. I tend to dwell on something for too long. Linda says. Linda jumped off. P.S. She snuck out. Okay. So good. So good. So good. Okay. So Sarah, I'm going to do one for LuLaRoe. Do you want to pretend to be a LuLaRoe rep?
Totally. Hey, I've got my LuLaRoe on right now.
I'm not wearing LuLaRoe, surprisingly, for like the one time out of the week when I do that. So Chris asked a question, which is, can you do an example for LuLaRoe? Because I'm stumped. So if you are someone who does not necessarily have a service like Sarah and Linda do, where they're coaching already in their business, but you are selling an actual product. I see you, Linda. You're just not up on the screen. Do you want to come back on the screen, Linda? She says, nope. Okay. She just asked me that question right there. Okay. So if you're someone who sells an actual product and you're not actually coaching like Linda, Sarah, and I are, awesome. We have a couple LuLaRoe people in the house. So LuLaRoe is a clothing company that Sarah and I both love, obviously, because she's wearing it right now. And half my closet is LuLaRoe. And my sister's a LuLaRoe consultant as well. So I have loads of clients who do LuLaRoe. It's awesome. Someone is knocking at my front door and I don't know who the heck is here, but I can't answer the door because I'm on live with you. So actually, Sarah, I want you to, what should I do about that? They're like knocking intently. I'm just going to leave them there. I'm busy. Okay. So, that's so weird. So, if you, I'm like feeling panicked about that. So what I want you to do is you're going to pick your ideal customer. Okay. And you're going to pick a problem that they experience in their actual life. So this is not clothing related, Chris. We're going to make this about like, you can add one of the tips can be, this person will not stop ringing my doorbell. So I'm going to hold on just 1 second. Sarah, pick a problem that you experience as a LuLaRoe rep.
Okay. A problem that I would experience as a LuLaRoe rep. Oh my gosh, this is tough. So let's say
rep, I meant consultant.
Like as a consultant?
I mean, not consultant, customer. Oh my God.
Oh, a customer. Yes. Oh, learning how to like what kind of necklaces go with what necklines.
Oh, okay. So that's a style tip and it's very specific. I love it. Okay. So this is good. So if I'm going to actually be your customer and I'm going to tell you that I struggle with that because when I come on camera, right? So let's say your customer is a speaker who is using Facebook Live. They're using video in their business and they don't know, they want to wear like a stunning necklace, but they're not sure which one to wear with which neckline. Yeah.
Ooh, right.
Okay. So the problem is like, they want to look professional on camera. And sometimes they feel that they look a little sloppy when they're coming to the camera. Ready?
All right.
I'm not going to clap. Maybe I will if I feel like you need it, but for the most part, just go.
So I know you are working really hard to make your videos look totally amazing. And what do we need in amazing videos? We need some amazing bling. And I wish I had my bling on today, but I totally don't. But I'm going to teach you how to pick out the perfect necklace to go with your favorite top. It is going to totally stand out and it's going to look amazing on camera. I'm losing it.
No, you're good. Okay.
So, go ahead.
So that within that, you could pick a moment to like really connect and say like, okay, so you may feel like this is something silly to worry about but I want you to know that this ties into your confidence. When you see that you feel awesome on camera, your audience is going to feel that as well. So you're like tapping into that problem and that pain and letting them know that it's okay that they feel uncomfortable and that they can trust you.
Ooh, I love that.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yay.
Okay, so I am concerned because someone is still pounding at my door. But basically, the biggest way to do this is if you have, like, so Deborah just said, what if you do women's retreats? So think of your ideal client, think of the problems that they solve, put together a video plan that solves that problem, and then break it up into different beats. I want you guys, I'm just like so glad that you're here. My doorbell is still ringing, which is like literally crazy. So we have been going over an hour, which is about our time limit. Sarah, thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for having me on.
Thank you so much for being here. Okay, and if you guys want more information about this, join us in the Be Livers group. Also, I would love to have you join me for an upcoming live video masterclass, and I would love to give you that little vocal warm-up. I cannot wait to see you put these 7 steps into action. If you need to go watch this video again, the replay will be available right now. So I know you can get out there, inspire your audience to really take action, to make a difference, to make magic happen, to buy more of your products and services, to get out there and really, you're going to change the world. I cannot wait to see it happen. I will see you here at Be Live in 2 weeks for another Camera Confidence Live. Bye.